Okay, this is Rebo on Trail live at the Newcombs Ranch Restaurant here along the Los Angeles Crest Highway 2 as we're doing our through hike that started at Transferry Flats to Wrightwood. Today is day 2 and we're at Newcombs Ranch, and I just wanted to do a video report as I'm drying out my gear that got wetted up, and I just wanted to go over a gear list. I usually don't do this. This is what I usually take with me when I do a through hike. When I did the Pacific Crest Trail Class of 2015, Pacific Crest Trail Class of 2016, and 2017 here, our through hike each year through the San Gabriel Mountains to celebrate our new year. I just wanted you to see the type of gear. This is the third year that I've been using this same pack. It's already did 2,650 miles in 2015, 900 miles and plus in 2016, and again for year 2017 and the upcoming Arizona trip in this March 15th, 2017. Here's some of the gear that I'm using. The ULA OHM 2.0 pack by Adventure Light Equipment out of Utah. Chris McMasters is the guy that manages it and runs that company, and it's excellent company. Excellent trail service work in case something goes wrong. They're immediate in response to get you out replacement gear if something goes wrong. The type of sleeping bag that I'm using, I have a Feathered Friends inside here. It's the Feathered Friends Swift down bag rated at 20 degrees. The stuff sack that I'm using, as you can see, I put Cuban fiber tape. This is the same bag since the year of 2015 when I did the Pacific Crest Trail, and 2016, and this year 2017 as I do the Arizona Trail. I use a Seal. It's called a Seal Line dry sack. They make excellent dry sacks for my down sleeping bag. This is a down jacket that I used on the Pacific Crest Trail in 2015 and not 2016, 2015. This is made by a company called Light, and Light is no longer in business. I don't know if their logo, if I can find it. Yeah, there's their logo. Their logo is right there. Can you see that? Light Equipment. They're no longer in business. They closed down. But this is called a Selkirk 800 filled down jacket that I use. It works excellent, weighs 7.5 ounces. That's my jacket, my sleeping bag, my backpack. And this thing is tore up from the floor up. This is from Hyperlight Mountain Gear. It's a pillow. What they did is they sewed a fleece on the outside, and on the other side it's Cuban fiber, and it's got a zipper, and inside it I keep my dry socks, my merino wool socks, and like 4 pairs of socks can fit in this, and also my shell jacket can fit in this, and I use it as a pillow. Super light, weighs nothing. I'm using a closed cell by Thermarest, and what it is, it's a smaller size closed cell. It's not a full large size. On the Pacific Crest Trail in 2016, or excuse me, in 2015, I used a air mattress made by, it's called the Core Light Trail Core Light Air Mattress by Thermarest. But for 2015, I went ahead and went with a cut down size closed cell Thermarest, which works really good. The EM value was just about the same as the air mattress, but this is much lighter. It's not as long. I use my pack. I use this to make up for the space where this does not cover if I need leg space or more coverage for my legs or for my head. I have one 2-liter platypus bladder. When I started in 2015, this is all I used, but I had a lot of problems. I had the Sawyer bags. I found that the platypus bags worked better. They didn't burst as easy at the seam, and that's all I used. But as I got into the trail, I noticed that a lot of hikers were using this, and they were using smart water bottles. Now those cost like 15 or 20 bucks. This $1 and one. It depends on where you buy it. I got it at Bond's for $1.99. It's a 1.6 fluid, 1 liter bottle, and the Sawyer squeeze, the regular Sawyer squeeze, which I have here. This is not the mini. This is the regular. I started off with mini, but I switched out to the regular because it flows a lot better with the regular Sawyer squeeze. And this fits perfectly on the valve for the Sawyer squeeze. So I went from this to these instead, and just a lot easier, a lot less expensive. And I still carry 1 2-liter a platypus bag I use for gray water if I'm going to put out a campfire, or if I'm going to filter out my water, or I'll use these. I'm also using a Hyperlight Cuban fiber dry sack. This is to keep my snacks and whatnot made by Hyperlight. There's their Hyperlight mountain gear, and with a Cuban fiber dry sack. Of course, tortillas. I go with the best Mission tortillas. I have the top ramen. I have the Oreo cookies, or excuse me, not Oreo cookies, oatmeal with the white frosting in the inside. I have the Welch's fruit snacks. These are really good. Of course, chicken flavored top ramen, beef flavored top ramen, and of course, you gotta always have the sharp cheddar cheese. I have Kleenex, Hawaiian Punch. You can get this. This is a concentrated Hawaiian Punch you can use if you want to have something refreshing and sweet, other than just drinking water. Juicy fruit, it goes a long ways. I brought some Mountain House with me this time. I usually don't go with Mountain House because it's pretty high price, and a lot of places off the trail do not carry Mountain House. It's usually top ramen or other types of pasta types of food. I'm not using the Jetboil. A lot of the people on trail prefer using Jetboil, but I guess I'm still old-fashioned. I have the old Thaiware that REI used to sell. It's a titanium teapot, and it's perfect because I can keep my canister, my isopropane canister, which this is a 16-ounce isopropane canister. I just put a little bit of tissue paper at the bottom so it dampens the ringing and the banging sound, and put that in there. And that's my to-go cook pot. I can use it for boiling water, or I can cook meals in this. But what's really good about this, and I've had this for over 6 years. It works great for open fire, and I've had plenty of use just with that wonderful teapot of mine. As far as a drinking mug, I went for a double wall. This has been around for 3 to 4 years now. It's the Snow Peak. It's a vacuum double wall coffee mug, and what it does is when you make coffee in the morning, or if you make something hot, it stays hot because it's got a double wall vacuum pack. The only thing is you can't use this over a campfire. You can't use a vacuum double wall system over a campfire. It'll crack the vacuum wall. It has a lid, and inside the lid, I use that as a stash spot. I put a little bit of tissue paper in there to keep the banging sound. And this is what I'm using for a stove. I got this on Amazon. It cost me $4.95. It's a real cheap canister stove. It works. It does the job. However, I will always envy the Jetboil users because they would have their stuff boiled up half the time that takes this little stinker to boil up. This is what I use right now. It was $4. It's pretty light. They have some other brands out there that are lighter than this, but it's got a small fuel head, which means it uses less fuel. I've seen the Pocket Rocket has a much larger gauge for releasing fuel, which means it burns more fuel up. This burns less fuel. So I went ahead and stayed with this $4.95 TP. It's been doing good. It's lasted me for over 3 years. It's done the Pacific Crest Trail 2,650 miles in 2015 and the Pacific Crest Trail 900 miles in 2016. And it's done the San Gabriel Trail and it's done the Pacific Coast tour and a bunch of other places that I've been. This little stove right here. With the Snow Peak, the problem with this company is they won't. The lid is not included when you buy the double walled system. I don't know why, but you have to purchase the lid that goes with that separately. Anyway, that's the gear that I'm using. This year, I also have a pack cover. It's made by ULA. I ordered this through ULA, and it covers the OHM 2.0 pack. This time, this is the very first year that I've ever got micro spikes. These are the Catula micro spikes. I bought these because of the snow and ice. It's over on Baden, Powel on the north face. I've never used micro spikes. I'm one of those kind of guys that really doesn't like to carry more weight than I need to. I went ahead and bought them. So I got the Catulas, and I'm using gaiters this time because of the snow. I wanted to keep the snow out of my shoe. These are not the same ones that I have back in my storage. I have a lot lighter. These are not light. These are made out of Gore-Tex. They're made by REI, but the reason why I like them is it has a Velcro strap, and you don't have to slide them on. These, you just place them right around your shoe because it opens up with Velcro. If I can get the cotton picking Velcro open, and it opens up like so. Like so. There we go. It opens up, so you don't have to slip it on like a sock. You just cover it around your foot. Plus the straps, it has a like a leather nylon strap. I don't know what that kind of material is. Really, really strong. It goes under the shoe. It's got hooks to hook onto your shoelace, and it's got a shock cord to shock up the top and cinch up the top. It's not as light as a lot of these others, like Dirty Girls or Dirty Girl Gators, and some of those other ones that are out there. They're super, super light. It's really durable, tough, and I wanted something tough. I had the ultralight Gators that I got from another company, and they just didn't hold that well. They fell apart. So I just decided to take these with this San Gabriel Mountain trip. Anyway, that's everything. I don't use baby wipes. A lot of thru hikers use baby wipes. I'm old-fashioned. I still stay with the old-fashioned convertible cotton towel. And what I do is I wash with this. I clean my butt, and then I can wash it out of the creek. And I just keep this for all sorts of reasons. It helps clean the dishes. It helps clean the butt. It helps brush stuff off. And I just add water to clean, and that's all I use. And I have over here the only nylon, pretty much the only still nylon dry sack is this one. It's for my electronics device. I got my cell phone battery, my Anchor battery, and wall charger inside here. This sucker is heavy. I know they're doing a lot of wonders to make batteries much lighter, a lot more efficient, and longer lasting, but that's what I have right now. The dry sack is made by a company called, I think this is Big Agnes? I think it's Big Agnes. This is like a Big Agnes, it goes to my Big Agnes tent that I have, and it's what you carry the stakes, the tent stakes, is a tent stake bag. I'm using it for the Anchor batteries and my electronic devices. Anyway, that's it. We'll do a circle around. I'm using trekking poles. I'm using Hiker Hunger this year, but I found some problems with the pin. The pin that they built on the Hiker, this really inexpensive, all carbon alpine cork trekking pole is awesome. The problem is the pin. I don't know if you can see the pin in the video, right by my finger there. That little teeny pin slips out. They didn't use rivets or any way to hold the pin secure, and I had some problems. I had to bang the pin back in. But that's what I'm using for the San Gabriel Mountains. Highly recommend to go with something that's built a little bit more better, stronger, longer lasting. If you're going to be doing a long trip, through hiking trip, you might want to go upgrade other than these. They're good hiking, good day use, couple day use, but I would be leery about these trekking poles. Awesome that they're light, carbon, and cork. But think and plan according if you're going to be doing like a 1,000-mile, 2,000-mile trip this coming up to 2017. Of course, the smart water bottles and the Sawyer squeeze. That's what I use for a water filter, which works great. And that's my gear. That's what I've used, and that's all. I guess that's all I got to say here at Newcombs Ranch. This is Rebo on Trail, and I will see you guys on trail. Wow, I actually showed everybody my gear. What did I show? My tent. You want to see the tent? Okay. A lot of hikers right now. I'm drying out. This is a Cuban fiber. It's a Cuban fiber shelter made by Mountain Laurel Designs. And Mountain Laurel Designs makes pyramid shelters. And this one's made out of Cuban fiber, which is a lot more pricier than sil nylon. This is called the Dual-Med shelter, made out of Cuban fiber. This is done the class of 2015, 2,650 miles. It did class of 2016, 900 miles. It's done the San Gabriel Mountains in 2015, 2016, and 2017. It's done the Pacific Coast Tour. It's done the Cascade Locks and all the way down the Pacific Coast. I've probably got about 4,000 miles plus out of this shelter. The only problem I had with it is the slider had to be replaced. That's it. That's the only thing that went wrong. Awesome shelter. Light, weighs 16 ounces all by itself. If you get the insert, that's the outside pyramid. The insert, it's a solo insert. I have this drying out too. This is separate. It connects to the inside of the Dual-Med, and it's got a Cuban fiber bathtub floor, and it has a netting on the outside. Let me flip this around. And what's really good about this is I had Ron Bell at Mountain Laurel Designs create, it's called a T-zip. And what a T-zip is, it zips, if you see my hand, it zips down the center, and it zips to the left. It's got a zipper to the left and a zipper to the right. So you can open it up. You can open up the shelter two ways. So what's really cool about it, if one zipper goes bad, which it did, the slider went bad, you still got the option of the other slider. But I went with this, and this works great. It actually helps keep the condensation off your gear that you have on the inside. So if you get condensation on the inside of the Cuban fiber shelter, this mesh and the inner sanctum of your pyramid shelter will actually help keep everything dry. That's the insert that also comes separate. Since I have the insert, you don't have to use a ground sheet. You can use the insert as basically what you want to use for the ground. But what I did is I went ahead and I purchased this, and this is a poncho. It's a sil nylon poncho that I bought through also through Mountain Laurel Designs, and this is a 9x5. This poncho is the perfect size for my pyramid shelter. The floor space on the pyramid shelter is 9x5. My poncho is 9x5. It just worked out perfect. Not only is it a poncho, it's my ground sheet for my Dual-Med, and I've had this for, oh my gosh, this is the most important of all the equipment that I have here. This is the most important piece of equipment. I've had this for over 4,000 miles. It's brought me through serious weather, through the high Sierras, through snowstorms, rainstorms. As a poncho, it covers me and my pack. Ron Bell designed it with loops, so you can use this not only as a poncho or ground sheet, but a tarp system. It's designed, it's got 8 tie-out loops all sewn in all around the parameter of this poncho, which weighs only 8 ounces. It's a 30 denier sil nylon poncho that weighs 8.5 ounces. It's now, I think it's $105. If you want to get the seams sealed, you have to ask Ron, and I think there's a charge, an additional charge. But I seamed this puppy myself, and I really seamed the crap out of it. I bought the Silnet, the McGregor Silnet stuff, and seamed everything. I seamed the hood, the cinch cord, And the hood is huge. I mean, look how huge that hood is. And the hood comes with a shock cord, so it tightens up around the face. And that right there, that piece of equipment is the most valuable equipment that I've had on trail. It kept me out of the rain in Washington. It kept my pack dry. It kept me dry. It also keeps the body warm. It keeps it's just an excellent piece of equipment. This has been a long video, 20 minutes long, showing Rebo's equipment, what he's used for the Pacific Crest Trail, class 2015-16, and this coming up year 2017 for the Arizona Trail. And that's pretty much it. I hope it wasn't too wordy and too long, but that's pretty much what I've been using for the last 3 years as a